I went to college with Kate. So she saw me from the very beginning.
Great.
The very, very beginning. That's the luckiest thing in my life, I think. If you look at sort of what's happened for me, I've had some immense challenges, and bad luck would be really an understatement of the century. But I've had some very good luck. I'm friends with the Winklevoss twins. They helped me sort of begin.
Oh, yeah, aren't you into crypto
Bitcoin
and meta
journey.
and NFTs and all that?
Yeah, I'm friends with Michael Saylor.
You must
and the
be very
Winklevoss
happy
twins
right
and stuff.
now.
Yeah, I'm very happy, but we don't sell Bitcoin really. I might
You're holding.
at some point, but I'm a hodler. But the greatest piece of luck I've ever had is not working with Steven Spielberg or being in these $300 million movies or being an Academy Award winning Disney film and meeting John Lasseter, who did Toy Story and Frozen, all this, those things are all incredible. But the luckiest thing that ever happened to me is I met my wife in college. And so she knew me before I was a celebrity. And so the fact that we have that connection and that she knew me when I wasn't like rich and famous, although emphasis on the famous, not the rich. And so we have this.
You're not rich?
That I can't get. What?
You're not rich?
I'm a Bitcoiner.
Oh.
No, I'm not rich. Do you want me to tell you?
Is that a Rolex?
It's a Rolex.
Okay.
But I live in Manhattan. I like your watch also.
Fossil.
So in Manhattan, it's great.
Thank you.
So in Manhattan, I'm considered by the other people in our building as kind of a working class dude.
Yeah.
So I'm certain, because remember, everything is relative.
Of course.
There's lots of people that would look at you and say, my God, you're rich.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
And you were telling me before this all started, your net worth. And I thought that was really weird, and I didn't want to hear it.
It's an icebreaker, you know.
Was not for
I had
me.
brain surgery.
I froze up.
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. You can use it. Everyone can use it. But I do think it's funny that I live in Manhattan and I live in Greenwich Village, and we live in a building, we're the youngest people in the building, and we're sort of seen as I'm sort of seen as blue collar.
Hilarious.
Isn't that amazing? So I kind of have to tour every weekend. I'm on the road, and they see me with a suitcase, and all of them are just like, that poor guy. Hopefully he can make enough money to stay in the building type of vibe. And in Manhattan, it's like, so everything is relative. I always think about that. But I guess when I say rich, it's like I still have to work. I'm not a guy who kind of, goes, well, maybe I'll go on the road for a couple weeks, and then Kate and I'll sort of live in Ibiza for a little while. I'm not in that situation, which I'm happy about. Kate asked me once, she goes, don't you wish we were independently wealthy? And I said, no. And she goes, really? You don't think? I said, no, I would not want to do that. And I have this a Protestant work ethic for my father's side, but having to work and needing to make money is really important for your growth as a human being, as an artist, as a stand-up comic, because you have to remain hungry for stage time and keep performing. But I'm really, really lucky to have Kate. And she's so funny and smart and eccentric.
She's an artist as well.
She's an installation artist.
Yeah.
So she does kind of immersive. You walk into a room and it's art all around you, and what you smell is part of her art, and the soundscape. And you can open up the refrigerator or drawers, and there's pieces of art. It's all kind of, it's an installation. So she's very famous actually in the south of France, but they understand it a lot more. It's starting to become more of a thing in the United States, but we're still sort of Warhol era graffiti, pop art, Banksy. That's still what America's aesthetic is. So she's really on the forefront of her stuff.
That's exciting.
She kind of is going to do installations in hotel spaces or commercial. You walk into a commercial building, it's a lobby, and there's this incredible piece of art. That's sort of what she does.
Chihuly has done a lot as
100%.
well. Yeah.
That would be an example of somebody who's a glass blower but is actually an installation artist.
Great.
So it's very, very cool. But she's also been really good to me because I do work really hard. And if I could, I would tour every single weekend. And I did that for a few years. I just toured every single weekend. And now it just doesn't make sense for who I am to go to these markets and tour every weekend in the summer. It just doesn't make sense because going to a big market in the summer, I'm going to burn that market, right? I'm going to go there and only half fill the place or 3/4 of the fill the place because people just don't want to, they want to be enjoying their summer.
Right.
Because the whole winter sucks in most of the country, And fall's pretty, but spring's like, it's colder than you would hope. And so July and August, and people just don't want to do that. And then I don't tour on holidays, of course. So I don't tour on Thanksgiving. And this weekend I have off for Christmas, obviously, but then I take the first 2 weeks off of January because the first weekend after New Year's Eve is really, really tough. So I kind of have to take blackout dates, and I wouldn't do that. Only reason I enjoy not working is because I get along with Kate so much.